Okay, you already know how this goes, you've seen the first two rankings, opinions have changed and there's a lot more to cover, so let's just get into it. 42, Rika Takanashi's first round. This is just straight up unlistenable. The visuals are super lazy, the roasts make absolutely no sense, and the beatbox is non-existent. Even with something like Rem 1 Beta and Donald 1 Beta, there is something to appreciate about both of those performances despite the fact that I think they both lost. With Rika, it's literally just nonsense. 41, Donald Round 1 Beta. If you're wondering why I said beta, it's because this is actually not finished. And yeah, it really shows. For some reason, I had Donald do a Konosuba opening, even though Donald doesn't... what? Not to mention the roasts are extremely weak, and the beatboxing is just okay. 40, Rem Round 1 Beta. While I do think it's better than the other two due to the decent roasts and really cool visual concepts, everything else just kind of falls flat on its face. There's really nothing much more to say, this one's just bad. 39, Echidna Round 1. If you were to ask me which is the worst main series beatbox that isn't a beta, I would say Echidna. The roasts are really pathetic, the beatboxing is not that great, and the autotune is really annoying. It's not atrocious or anything, but this has a lot of flaws, and just overall doesn't really sound very good. 38, Aqua Round 1. See, there's only one problem I have with this performance. It's a bit of a big... the Aqua's autotune is awful. Well, okay, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is really hard to listen to for me. I think that the problem is just that the singing relies heavily on the autotune, to the point where it just doesn't even sound like Aqua's singing. Though, I want to give Peachy credit because, man, she really blew up with the remaster. Which, for the record, remasters are not on this ranking, so... 37, Megumin Round 1 Beta. While I wouldn't say this one is good per se, but this is a lot better than I remember. I think the song choice was actually pretty good, the flow was pretty nice, and the beatboxing was okay. However, the roasts are extremely lackluster on average, and the deep-ass voice mixed with the Voloco effect just does not sound like Megumin, which is why it's a lot lower on this list. Though, I will say, this is where things do start getting better. 36, Zack Round 1 Beta. This is gonna be the last beta performance in this video. But yeah, this one's clearly unfinished, but I think this fits Zack's character the best. Not to mention this has the most potential out of all the beta performances. 35.
Oh, we got Gorgon Box back! Let's go!
34, the ending to Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 1. I think the episode is relatively solid, just I think the way it ended felt really stupid. 33, Taiga Aisaka Round 1. Easily one of the series' more forgettable performances. Honestly, for the time, the beatboxing in this performance was extremely spectacular. Obviously dated now, but for the time, it sounded pretty good. Though I will say that the voice is a bit of a problem, and the fact that you can hear the original song during the instrumental is really jarring, to say the least. Oh, and the really crappy visuals, but hey, that's kind of a given with this episode. 32, Darkness Round 1. It's so goofy, it's so ridiculous, but at the same time, that's kind of why I love it. Oh no, this is a really messy and terrible performance, but it fits Darkness's character perfectly. And in a way, it's hard for me to really hate it because it's at least enjoyable. 31, Donald Round 2. I think I've made it as clear as day that I am not the biggest fan of Donald Round 2. I mean, the performance itself is okay, but god, Donald feels so flanderized and his roasts are just non-existent. Not easily, but surely the worst Round 2 performance in the series right now. 30, Panty Round 1. It was a bit of a hard choice, but I think I prefer Panty's Round 2 a little bit more because, well, I just don't like Panty singing in the first round. Besides the singing, I think everything else is okay. Not great, not necessarily good either, but just alright. This could be interchanged with 29, Panty Round 2. Sadly, Panty's Round 2 has a lot of the same issues as her Round 1. I also think her Round 2 has lower lows than her Round 1. However, it also has higher highs. I don't know, maybe I just like this one more because the song choice is actually nostalgic to me, but I don't know, this is just my take. 28, Piggy Round 1.
Oh shit, here we go again.
27, Amelia Round 1. I won't even hold you guys when I say that I've really grown to not like this one as much, but I still think it's somewhat decent. Oh, I think the singing could be sometimes lackluster, and the roast could be a lot better. 26, Mordecai Round 1. I thought everything was just fine. Not great, not terrible, just fine. There's really nothing much more I could say about it. Honestly, a heavily overrated beatbox in my opinion. 25, Finn Round 1. has some pretty nice beatboxing and solid roasts. Not to mention I really enjoyed Finn singing a lot more. And the wordplay was really clever. It's not one of the best, but it's really solid. 24. King K. Rool Round 1. Another performance I personally consider on the lines of overrated. I don't like the beatboxing itself, and I think it tends to get offbeat. However, I think everything else is fine, just not great. Visually speaking though, it is spectacular. 23. Cody and Joseph Round 1.
Yeah, I got a ball on my shirt, I go outside to eat dirt, you mess with me, you get hurt, I leave you blue like a smurf,
22. Doraemon Round 1. Overall, a really solid performance, just a little forgettable. 21. Megumin Round 1. Take everything positive I said about Megumin's beta performance and apply it to this, only that it's 10 times better. Her voice, the roast, the beatboxing, it's all good. The only thing worse is the ending, but even then, that's a little too late to really ruin the beatbox for me. 20. Zack Round 1. Zack's voice just sounds so much better in this one, not to mention that his roasts are actually a lot better than the original, despite the fact that his roasts were alright to begin with. 19. Donald Round 1. This is easily one of the most recognizable performances in all of the show. It's really chill, it's really soothing, and the beatboxing is great. 18. Megumin Round 2. Did I get Megumin Round 2 and Round 1 mixed up? Man, what the fuck? 17. Gumball Round 1. Yeah, it's not number 1. Ha, ha, ha! 16. Stalking Round 1. Probably the most consistently solid Round 1 performance. It's a little childish, but that's really the charm of it all. 15. Zack Round 2. Easily some of the best beatboxing in the whole show. The rest of it is great, but there's more to cover. 14. Mordecai Round 2. Anything I said about Zack, I could literally say the same thing for Mordecai. It's fantastic. 13. Mordecai's Bonus Battle. This is around the same quality as Mordecai 2 in my opinion, just slightly better and worse at the same time. It's a little harder to hear what he's saying, but the beatboxing itself is better. And the better factors do outweigh the worse factors. 12. Rem Round 2. Sometimes you just want to see a cute anime girl go all savage. God, that sounds so terrible. 11. Nana Hiragi Round 1. This is in my opinion one of the catchiest solos in the entire roster. The beatboxing and guitar strings are also really neat. However, the roasts in the beginning of the performance were a little mediocre, but that's about it. 10. BTD Reacts Round
2 McChickens.
9. Darkness Round 2. Just like Nana, this is extremely catchy, not to mention really charming as well. Darkness's weird awkwardness is used as a benefit rather than a hindrance this time, and it makes for a genuinely amazing performance. 8. Finn Round 2. It's catchy, memorable, and it's really powerful too. 7. Donald's Bonus Battle. I think I'm gonna start rushing these now. I think you already get the picture. Yeah, this is good. Has good beatboxing, got good roast, yada yada yada. 6. Chika Fujiwara Round 1. She fly! 5. Kaguya Shinomiya Round 1. Kaguya's best girl in Kaguya-sama, there I said. 4. Your Forger Round 1. Her high notes are some of the best that the series has ever had. Also, I'm doing this so I won't piss off Twitter. 3. King Dedede Round 1. Phenomenal beatboxing, great vocals, and some of the best visuals the series has ever had. 2. Rem Round 1. No complaints. Roasts are great, beatboxing's phenomenal, and the vocals are fan-plucking-tastic. 1. Hello guys, April Fools. Hope you guys enjoyed this joke ranking? It's not CBB, obviously, but it's actually a show that I make called Fictional Beatbox Fightouts. If you're new to it, then yeah, I recommend checking it out. It's currently still on its longer than expected hiatus, but I promise you that within the next 2 months there will at least be one new episode coming out. And to those who just want to see my final CBB ranking, I promise you that'll also be coming out very soon. I've read all the comments and I've been making progress. It's about 20 to 30% done overall, but again, it's gonna have to wait. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I really wish you a good day. Keep on being happy.